So hi, hello and welcome, Microbehunter here again. Well, sometimes when you want to observe water samples under the microscope, you might discover that the number of water microorganisms is not very high. So today I'm going to show you how you can make a so-called enrichment culture where you can increase the number of water microorganisms in such a way that they become interesting to look at under the microscope. It's fairly easy to do, and I'm going to show you now how this works. Well, what you need is, of course, you need a water sample. And of course, you do not want to take just water, but you would like to take some of the sediment, some decomposing material, maybe some decomposing plant material, some stuff that you basically collect from the bottom of a pond. You put it in the glass jar, and then what you do is you add a few crushed wheat grains or rice grains or some cereals. They are essentially also crushed grains, and all you do is you add this cereal, it's a breakfast cereal, to the water sample, and you leave it in there for approximately 3 days up to a week. And then when you put it under the microscope, you're going to see that the concentration of water microorganisms is quite high. Now, generally, it's like this, that the wheat grain itself will now be a food source for bacteria, and the bacteria will then be eaten by ciliates and other larger microorganisms. So what you're doing is you're establishing a small food chain this way. Now, of course, some people would like to try a different method, for example, by adding a small drop of milk into the water sample. This would be a so-called a milk culture, but I found that the wheat grains or the rice grains or the cereals or cornflakes maybe, that this actually works best. And I think one of the reasons is because the concentration of those water microorganisms is highest around than the wheat grain. And if you add a little bit of milk, then you've got bacteria growing all over the place, and this lowers again the oxygen concentration, and I've seen that the effect was not quite as good. So I've done this already here about a week ago. I've added a small crushed wheat grain into this jar of water here, so a small cereal just like the same one I've got over here. And over the days, you're going to see that it will start to slowly become not only softer but also more slimy. And what you can do then is by taking some tweezers, you take it out here, and it might be a little bit difficult to grab because it's already become very soggy and soft. And you dip it on the microscope slide, and you simply take it away again. You want to remove pretty much all of this solid material again, and maybe add a little bit more water here. And then you add a cover glass, and now you're going to see whether your endeavor was successful or not. Okay, and now let's have a look of what we're able to see. So I'm going to switch over to the microscope view. So I placed it now under the microscope, and this is what we see. Well, I have to tell you, here we are able to see a few ciliates, paramecia, and other ciliates as well. I have to tell you, I've actually seen samples that contained much higher concentration even. But in any case, the concentration that you see here is sometimes significantly higher than what you would actually find in nature. Yeah. So let's move up a little bit let's go up a little bit with the magnification. So currently I'm using the 10 times objective. Let's go up to the 20 times objective. And there's plenty of things to observe. And by making an enrichment culture, you can really increase the success of finding something interesting much more. But I have to tell you, the concentration that you see here is not even the highest. I've once had a sample where it was really completely full with water microorganisms. But this also depends a little bit on the age of the culture. And what I recommend is that you simply keep on checking every day, because over the time there is a progression. So this means that certain microorganisms will start to increase in number, others will decrease. But I simply wanted to recommend this to you to have another interesting little experiment to be done. Well, I want to quickly summarize again. Make sure that if you put a cereal in here, that you do not overfeed this. It's really important. Otherwise, the number of bacteria will go up too quickly, and then this reduces the oxygen concentration again. Also include a little bit of green material, because the algae that are in there, they will also produce oxygen. So it's important to make sure that you have an oxygen-rich environment in here. So and when the water evaporates, simply keep on adding a little bit more water, and keep keep on checking every few days so that you can see that there is a progression of microorganisms. I think for today, that was a little short tip. I hope that you liked it. Do consider subscribing if you'd like these type of videos. Happy microbe hunting as always, and see you around next time. Bye-bye.